I don't want to be known as that guy who vlogs in the car all the time. Yeah, everyone on YouTube like kind of has this thing going for them, right? That classifies them as who they are. Right, I've kind of done the whole addicted to technology thing, which is pretty true. You know, you got Shay Carl, who's a daily vlogger. You know, the Shaytards, they're funny. You've got, you know, you got PewDiePie and Smosh and all those guys, and they're all known for just being super silly. I don't want to be known as the guy that always vlogs in the car. I will not be that guy who vlogs in the car. Oh, damn it. So I feel like I'm getting old. What I mean by what makes me feel old is I read these stories or I hear these stories in the news about, you know, just different tragedies, and it makes me feel bad because, you know, sometimes there's kids involved and stuff, and before when I was younger, I could just kind of be like, oh, whatever, it's life, it happens. But now it's like, you kind of stop and you think, and you're like, wow, you know, I'm 31, and I'm kind of surprised I've made it to this old anyway. One, with how overweight I was, and then two, just how accident prone I've been my whole life. There's a reason why this wrist doesn't bend that much anymore. Don't you have no dirty thoughts, you YouTube troll, you, I know you're watching. But just what made me think about this is yesterday, just down the street from where I am right here, there was a fatal car accident. This is a pretty quiet town that I work in. I used to live here, but I still work here, so I come here all the time. And so it's a really small town culture and atmosphere for a large metropolitan area, so it's kind of like a diamond in the rough. And when there's news of a fatal car accident sort of thing, it's like, it's big here. And not only was it a fatal car accident, it was a triple fatal, and there was no kids involved, so I mean, at least it wasn't like super tragic in that aspect. I mean, granted, loss of life is always tragic, but apparently, and this happened right by my old house too, by the way, just like 1 block over. Apparently there was a van with 6 people in it. No, I'm sorry, 8. There were 8 people in it. And the report said that 6 of the 8 people in this van were not wearing their seatbelts, and they got into a head-on collision with another van. And this particular road is one of the faster moving roads through town, so they didn't say how fast the cars were going, but if 3 people are dead, likely due to ejections and whatnot, you know, it just, you know, I'm wearing this seatbelt now, and there was a vlog earlier where I guess I wasn't wearing it, and one of the viewers said, hey, you need to wear your seatbelt. And what's funny about that video is he said that, and I went, what are you talking about? I was wearing my seatbelt. So I went back and looked at it, and sure enough, I wasn't wearing it. And that little stretch of, that little trip I took, I think it was when I went to get my coffee. When I said, I need my coffee, I'm going to die. It was only 1 block I was driving, but man, it only takes 1 block for something like that to happen. So I always wear my seatbelt, but I didn't used to wear it when I was big because I swear to God, it didn't fit. And look how far this thing pulls out. Well, okay, maybe this one would have fit, but my old car that I had at the time, the seatbelt, I couldn't get it on. You know, it just was too uncomfortable, and it was like it had no slack, so I was like this, just being choked, you know, like totally stuck to my seat just to wear it. And I got pulled over by the CHP twice, by the Highway Patrol twice. Both times got nabbed for not wearing a seatbelt, and that really adds up. It gets expensive. The first time they're like, okay, you know, it's only it's a $75 fine. The second time, wow, yeah, it was like $300. So, but that was years ago, and you know, I wear my seatbelt now. So, I don't know. I guess today's vlog's a little more serious. One, because I'm exhausted since I was up practically all night editing the video I put on the tech channel, the Munitio review. I put it up. I talked about, you know, that special video because they let me be the first one publicly to have it and make the video, and they're going to push it to companies like CNET and Engadget and Yahoo and a bunch of different people to get them to help promote the video. So hopefully this can turn into something. That'd be really cool. But, you know, I read that story earlier today, and I'm already tired and kind of somber, and it was just, ugh, I hate hearing stuff like that. The road's right down there, actually. I'm looking down there, and I can see where there's it looks like there might even be a news van down there. So I guess all I want to say in this vlog is, you know, everyone treat life like this is your last hour to live, honestly, because as somebody who went through that horrible car accident And if you don't know about that car accident, that's my 500 subscriber vlog over on my tech channel. Go find that video, or maybe I'll annotate it here if I'm not too lazy. And go and check that out, because I came very, very, very close to never meeting my daughter because of a car accident that happened while my wife was pregnant. They weren't with me, like my wife and she was pregnant at the time. They weren't in the car, thank God, but I was at work, and just like what happened to these folks down here, everything can change in like the blink of an eye. You know, insert cliche here, but seriously, people, be good to each other, and don't forget to let those around you know how much you care about them, because either you or they one day won't be around, and that's a guarantee.